We will choose to fight for a world beyond. It is not too late. It's your home, so don't say that it's fate. We're never willing to give up till our future is built on our dreams.
You son of a bitch.
That's right. We're back. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Phantasy Star Online, or no, Phantasy Star Universe, Ambition of the Illuminus. We're starting episode 3. As I have now confirmed, it's actually officially called episode 3, which is basically the second half of the Ambition of the Illuminus storyline. And this was drip-fed over a number of months, or maybe even years, after Ambition of the Illuminus's initial release. Just like the post-expansion patches and patch content that happens after an expansion in FF14, basically. You know, it used to be every 3 months. Now it's like every 4.5 months. They release a patch with more story, continues the storyline, and they add some extra side content as well. So they did that with episode 3. So you had to wait, I don't know how long. I never really researched that. But you had to wait a long time between episodes for the rest of Ambition of the Illuminus with Phantasy Star Universe. Yeah, I figured I'd start with the intro because the playlist, I found 2 playlists. One has videos from 15 years ago. The quality's a little grainy and choppy. Another one has videos that were uploaded 9 years ago. Quality's a little bit better, but it's still like in that widescreen sort of like it's not as HD as the videos we've seen up to this point, unfortunately. And so there's going to be 2 black bars on the side. So I looked around for a while. It was the best I could find. That was actually like a complete playthrough. And organized neatly in a playlist. And it's over here. Here it is, Phantasy Star Universe, episode 3. 23 videos. And this is uploaded by Epic 106. Oh, sorry, the playlist is by Epic 106. I just noticed the actual uploader is called Phantasy Star Universe Xbox 360. But yeah, they basically did this to preserve history, I guess. I bet 9 years ago was probably the last, like, the servers were probably going to be shut down soon, and so somebody decided to do this at the last second. Capture as high quality as they could at the time with the technology of the time, or that they had available. The storyline one last time. Before the server shut down. You can tell it's all story because they're going into difficulty C, which we know is like the easy/normal mode, basically. That's the lowest level difficulty. C, B, A, B, C, A being the hardest. Even though their character, which is named Kiters, I think, or Caters, is level 149. You can see right there. Let me put this on full screen. But yeah, they're still choosing difficulty C probably because they're just trying to show the story, obviously. But yeah, so this will take place right after the ending we just saw in the last video of Ambition of the Illuminus, the first half, the ending of episode 2. And this first chapter in episode 3 is called Despair and Hope. I don't think they actually pushed the right bumper on the Xbox controller to see what the description says, unfortunately. It's just, they just go right in, I'm pretty sure. Can't return to lobby. Mission ends if incapacitated. No escape those. Nobody can join mid-mission, but it's one party member only. It's single player. Like just like as FF14, the story was all single player. Even though you had to play this online. You had to be connected to the server and everything. Whereas, like I said before, the first half you could do it offline. But they were separate characters. Your offline character and online character were different characters. So you're better off just doing the first half of this with your online character, even if you could do it offline, just so that you can continue right away when you're done. None of this matters anymore, of course, the servers are shut down, but... just saying. Here we go. Let's see. So this is how you set up rooms. Rare, set random, normal, set random for drop rate stuff. Okay. And then mission, edit party. Adjust item distribution. Neat. It's kind of like when making a room in PSO. Not too different. Mission, Despair and Hope 1, start. You want to skip to... what was that? Just before the tutorial or just before the trial? No. Oh. Maybe it's like a new game plus feature. Like since he's obviously already completed these missions before. That's probably why they were marked in yellow. Replaying them, it gives you like a quality of life where it lets you skip to like the good shit, I guess. The boss fight maybe, or the mission. Skip all the cutscenes if you just wanted to play the mission. I think that's probably what that was. Anyway, alright, so here we go. Narrator intro again. Yeah, and the other playlists I have, these words right here, I already knew it was lower quality because these words were like super pixelated. It wasn't like hard to read, but it just, you know, it obviously looked very low quality. But here it's nice and smooth, so they capture this nice. Alright, so the various powers in the Goral system have been dealt heavy damage by the human fundamentalist Illuminus and their seed virus attacks. Lost champion. The Guardians have lost the colony and President Dalgan. The Lu units were wiped out, leaving only the host Lu and crippling the infrastructure. Yeah, we're definitely... I can see why it's called this Hope and Despair, because we're pretty much on the edge of the two. What's he doing? Is this some kind of autoplay thing? Oh, you guys can... oh, yeah, you can. See this thing? Like this turned off and then turned back on. I'm guessing it's some kind of like auto-scroll thing. That explains why the text is just sitting there for a while. Public order is growing worse by the hour, and the Illuminus' plans to send the world into ruin seem to be coming to fruition. It's an understatement. On the other hand, many surviving Guardians across Goral are beginning to work independently on repairing the damage. I'm not even pausing anymore because I see that this person's manually pausing it to give us a lot of time to read it. So they said... Guardians are starting to work independently. Well, because they lost their center of command, so they're kind of just taking things into their own hands now and going like, well... just because we don't have a president anymore telling us what to do, or even a central base hub to go back to, doesn't mean we, you know, we're still Guardians. We gotta do our fucking job. We'll do our best on our own, basically. So they're acting independently. That's cool. One thing that has remained unknown is the fate of Laia Martinez, who was unable to save her father, President Obel Dalgan. We were with her in those moments, though. So if the story's meant to follow the same character, we should be with her, or at least know what happened, basically. Even if the rest of the public might not know. I'm curious to see how this is gonna start. Holy shit, that's loud.
Hi! Goral Channel 5 Headline News.
Konnichiwa.
I'm your newscaster, Hal. Today's big story
hey, VTuber's back.
right here.
You son of a bitch.
3 months have passed since the Guardians' colony fell.
Damn.
While the destruction caused by the Illuminus, as well as scars from the seed invasion, still remain. Construction continues on the residential blocks that escaped disaster. Some of the surviving Guardians have resumed working independently. But there has yet to be any announcement of who will succeed the Guardians' late president, Obel Dalgan. Naturally, there has been much speculation in regards to this subject. In other news today, we have the devastation to the planet Perum caused by the impact of the Guardians' colony as it fell has been estimated to be approximately 3 times that of the Melvor explosion.
Jeez.
On Motub, in a reaction to the large-scale killings of citizens infected by the seed virus, there have been continuing race riots in the cities, and the Trade Federation has disappeared, resulting in total anarchy. Conflict between the 4 prominent rogue families has only added to the chaos that already exists. On the other hand, on New Days, the Communion of Gural has developed a new type of lattice shield system. This device protects the ground from seed attacks, and thus far, New Days has managed to avoid any irreparable damage. However, the Communion is revealing nothing publicly about the shield system, and other planets and groups are becoming increasingly vocal in their criticism of the Communion's secrecy.
Of course.
It remains to be seen what they will do next. This is Gural Channel 5 Headline News, signing off. I'm your reporting newscaster, Hal. Bye-bye!
She got a cute new outfit from last time. I think I liked her older outfit better. But goddamn. Oh, there we go. The intro again. Hell yeah. I was gonna say, goddamn, what a fucking mess, dude. They really fucked up the whole world. Of course, we know about New Days' shield system. I mean, we have our suspicions, you know. Here we go. Oh, he skipped it!
You son of a bitch!
Oh, hell no!
Holy shit!
You suck!
Damn. That's fucked up. Skipping the intro, how dare they? Well, it's a good thing I played it earlier before we got here. Episode 3, Chapter 1, Hope and Despair. They're like, yeah, fuck this, let's just get on with it. I guess I'll have to play the intro on my own. For each episode. This is our new main character. Oh my god. So that is the tiniest, like, shortest, I believe it's, again, the quality, but it's, god damn it, what's the name? Newman. Female Newman, it looks like. Mina says, welcome to the Guardians, protecting the future of Gural. I guess this was part of the residential block too. Well, yeah, it was all in that center core that got saved. Gave her the license. She says, Mina says, I'm sorry. The system hasn't been restored yet. So I can't check your license. What was the name of our character? Our hero character now? No longer Lackery, it's Caters, I think? Is that what she looks? Were they going for like a maid look? Caters? Like she caters to people? I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too deep, but I mean, I saw the skirt with the black and white color scheme on the clothing. I'm just like, maybe that's what it was. Black and white, like maid outfit sort of thing. The closest they could get to that. Mina says, oh, however, graphics look slightly better here. Even though the resolution and the quality of the video is not as good. Maybe that's why. I think it's because when you're actually watching it in the resolution that the game was like meant for, you won't notice the like jaggedness of the polygons of the characters as much. Whereas the previous videos we were watching obviously on an emulator that was like very HD and upscaled. So that's why you could notice like imperfections and jagged like little pixels and stuff on the characters sometimes. I noticed this with like Resident Evil Outbreak, PS2 game. Mina says, I do have a message for you, Caters. Not Lackery anymore. Maya Shido is waiting in the mission room. Well, maybe she'll get us up to speed on what the hell happened with... what's happened in the last 3 months. I won't have to pause too much. They seem to... unless they speed up their rhythm, but they seem to have it on like some kind of auto-scroll, but they like slow it down. Even the audio quality is not as good, unfortunately. But... I could tell as soon as the song started, where this melody, I'm like, it doesn't sound as good. Maya says, I'm glad you came, Caters. Hey Maya, it's been a while. How do we go from sad music to instant tense music? Maya says, we received a tip on Laya's whereabouts. Oh, so she did go missing after that whole incident. She's been spotted at a refugee camp in Rosenam City on Peru. Did they add new towns? Also, fuck, I just realized. We got conspiracy theory music and I forgot my goddamn hat! My tinfoil hat! Alright, I got it. Wasn't too far, I got my tinfoil hat ready. I'm good. Well, the closest thing I have to a tinfoil hat. Maya says she disappeared 3 months ago. Yeah, right after her dad died right in front of her ears. Our ears, because we were there for that. Jesus, this camera angle is very gratuitous. I see all up in there. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have to pause. It's only by a random miracle that we managed to locate her. Unless this player eventually starts, you know, getting a little impatient, starts speeding up the, you know. Hopefully they're consistent. Maya says, so, Caters. Gonna take a while to get used to that new name. The look. This short, like, little nerdy girl look. It's cute. Man, they're a little too slow. With the, I guess they really wanted to be thorough. I'm sorry to cut to the chase, but... enormous pause jam been coming. I might actually have to speed it up. Which is going to distort the music, unfortunately, but... this is going a little too slow. Yeah, this is way too slow. She says, will you come with me to retrieve Laya? Oh, are they speeding up? Please. I need your help. Even at 1.25. Playa City 5th floor, Guardian's headquarters. Maya says, what could she possibly be thinking? My muscle memory, I wanted to pause and then I realized I don't have to. What does Laya think she's doing in a place like that anyway? Maya! What could this be? We'll find out in a few seconds. It's Lumia. Wow, I did a feminine voice too, and it actually fit. Maya says, is that you, Lumia? I heard you joined the Guardians. I was worried about you. I'm sorry you can't really get proper training these days. Everything's fucked up. We'll need your help out there, so please get trained quickly. Lumia says, wait, take me with you. You're not even in battle gear. Maya says, this isn't a game, Lumia. I've got a serious mission with Caters. It's a funny name. Lumia says, I know that. That's why I want you to take me with you. You want this to be your training mission? You want to cut your teeth on this? Alright. Maya says, but you're still just in training. You shouldn't be so reckless. Lumia says the instructors are all dead or missing. Oof, that makes it hard to train, yeah. How am I supposed to get trained? Got a point. Now that she says that. Jesus. Maya says, when I get back, we can hang out in my lab. Hang out? Lumia says, you're gonna look for Laya, aren't you? Took it off too early. Maya says, fuck do you know about that? Here we go. Maya says, what are you talking about? I keep putting it on crooked. Lumia says, I know all about it. You've been looking for Laya this whole time. Maya says nothing. Lumia says, Cadus was with Laya at the end, right? Okay, yeah, it's obviously a continuation. So that's why Cadus is... they're being inconsistent. Is going with you. So that's why Cadus is going with you. Am I right? I gotta praise Lackery for their consistency with the text scroll, actually. Maya says, this doesn't have anything to do with you. Lumia says, I really hate this, you know.
You bastard!
Maya says, what's that? Like, what do you hate, basically? He's getting pissed. Lumia says, I joined the Guardians because I want to help. They can't seem to decide on the speed. They keep moving the little thing up there. Speeding up and slowing down. Yeah, see, now they slowed it down too much. But now I'm stuck doing nothing all the time. And she tried to join before everything hit the fan, too. Maya says, just hold out a little longer. She's probably just tired of getting treated like a child, too. Maya continues, at least until the Guardian's training system is back up. Do we really have the luxury of time? Like, the world is kind of ending at the moment. Kinda. Lumia says, I can't wait that long. I mean, not kinda, it is. We saw the chaos at the end 3 months ago.
You son of a...
I've studied how to use weapons on my own. Wow, she's a go-getter. She's serious. She's been training herself. Maya says, but where we're going is dangerous. Maya just refuses to accept there's no order. We don't know how people are going to react to the presence of the Guardians. Lumia says, even to you, I'm just a burden.
Fuck!
Maya says, please understand, Lumia. You're gonna blow up. Please, Caters! Like, come on, you speak up for me. Come on, damn it! Lumia says, forget it. If that's how it's gonna be, then I'm gonna go look for Laya alone.
You suck!
There she goes. Maya says, Lumia, wait! Should have taken her with us. I don't have time for this. Mina says, Maya, please help! Lumia's fucking pissed. Lumia's trying to get travel forms for Perum. Lumia says, I may not have any training or experience. Big ass pause, champ. But I'm not gonna... Oh, never mind. Dude, please just find a speed. I'm not gonna find Laya if I'm stuck here. And there's something I really need to ask her. Maya says, Lumia, please. Now, this person really just can't decide on the speed. This is gonna be rough. Lumia says, I'll do it on my own like my brother if I have to. Mina, instead of my training allowance... Yes? Shit. Ah, I'd be yawning. Can I please have any information you have on Laia? Training allowance? What the fuck does that mean? Maya says, what should we do, Caters? Lackery was definitely easier for immersion. The name, it's because the name sounds like a verb, so it just sounds awkward as a name. I know that's not true of all names that could be used as verbs, but I'm pretty sure it's rare for a reason though. Are there really? I can't think of one off the top of my head. A name that sounds like that is basically a verb. Oh, so you get to. Oh yeah, I think in the other playlist. It was a minor spoiler, but I saw some video titles that implied that you can actually change the route of the story now. For the second half, you can actually make it play out differently depending on your choices. So now you actually get to decide, you know, like an actual RPG. You gotta make choices like this. Bring Lumia or don't bring Lumia? I wonder what they're gonna pick. I won't pass whatever point we're at, but I might watch the other playlist offline by myself to see if they pick a different choice and see what maybe turns out differently. Unless this video series actually covers all choices. We'll see. Okay, so we're bringing her. Maya says, are you serious? Like, you're gonna bring Lumia? Well, you're doing me the favor. He's like, what? If you say we should, then I guess we will.
What the fuck?
I guess we don't have a choice. Just this once. Tonal shift. Whiplash. Lumi says...
What?
Really? She didn't expect that.
What the fuck?
Actual tonal whiplash. Maya says, you're just coming along with us. Like, implying that she's not gonna... She's not meant to, like, take an active role. Remember, you haven't finished your training. You're not ready to participate in any missions. Lumi says, thank you too, Caters. Maya says, please, Mina, this... Wait. This could cause some problems later, but would you just look the other way?
Bitch.
They added a little bit more to this soundtrack. Mina says, I will. There's no internal supervision right now anyway. Everything's a mess. Also, we're gonna see this person's friends list notifications on their Xbox. Maya says, I guess you're right. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe the graphics are just slightly better on the Xbox 360 version, and the previous game was on the PS2. Could have still been an emulator, because again, we had the full widescreen and everything, so it was still like an HD emulator. But the little like pixelation on some of the character models was probably because of that. Like if you go back and look at Mina's cleavage area, like it looks very low quality, low resolution on Lackery's videos. And here, it's got actual cleavage, and her character model looks a little bit more upscaled. That makes sense because I'm pretty sure the Xbox 360, I mean, was like, I'm 100% sure it was much, it had much better graphics technology than the PS2, obviously. So, like, it was meant to be equivalent to the PS3, not the PS2. The PS2 was definitely a downgrade. So that would make sense why the character models look a little bit better here. But the video quality is obviously, you know, a little bit lower because the technology of the time for, or rather the technology of the time for capture cards. Yeah, Lackery's video was obviously done off an emulator and more modern more modern times, which is why they only had the first half of Ambition of the Illuminus, because he obviously recorded that well after the server shut down and everything. Couldn't do episode 3 even if he wanted to. Lackery, I mean. Anyway, yeah, no internal supervision, and Maya says, I guess you're right. Let's go then, Lumia. Lumia says, yes, ma'am. Oh yeah, now she's all compliant.
Bruh.
Maya says, but... The inconsistency is gonna drive me nuts. We need to do something about your clothes. Yeah, she needs actual combat gear. Like, she can't go out like that. Lumia says, huh? How come? Maya says, your outfit doesn't really say, I'm on an important mission. Yeah.
Bruh. Look at this dude.
Lumia says, I don't think it's all that different from what you're wearing. And the camera moved to her ass. Like, the camera literally moves to Maya's ass right before Lumia says that. That's clever. I like that. Maya says, what was that? Like, you giving me lip, girl? You telling me I'm not dressed like somebody on a mission? It's like, well, no. You look like a librarian who also thought it was Halloween and decided to add a bit of slut to her outfit with the fishnets on the legs. It's like...
Bruh.
Lumia says, nothing. She called her ass out. She's like, I'm sorry, Maya, but you look like a hoe. And Maya says, fine, I'll give you something to wear. Lumia's gonna be like, am I gonna look like you? Like, I don't know if I want that. Then Lumia's like, huh? Lumia's gonna be like, I have standards. I don't really want to, you know, get the wrong kind of attention. Here we go. What was that, a magical girl transformation that was really quick? Mina loves it, look! Mina's like... Oh, that's a cute new outfit, I guess. Lumia says, wow, it's so cool. Oh, she liked it. It does have a touch of Maya, because look at this. The little, like, turtleneck-ish looking thing, but it also has stripes. The purple... The, like, purple and light purple stripes. It's slightly reminiscent of what Maya's wearing. Just a little bit. It has like a very similar vibe, even though it's a very different style. Hard to explain, but you know, I mean, that's just how art and fashion tend to be. Maya says, it's the Guardian suit I wore when I was in training. Oh, well, that explains it. There's actually a lore-friendly explanation for why it's got her written all over it. Maya says, I'm sorry I don't have anything newer. A hand-me-down. Congratulations, Lumia. You just got like your older sister's clothing, basically. Even though they're not sisters, obviously, but... Lumia says, no, this is great. Well, she likes it. Is it really all right for me to have this? Maya says, sure. Hey, how about you keep those clothes and just wait here for us? Oh, for fuck's sake, we're still going... Lumia says nothing. Are we still gonna argue about this? Maya says, I didn't think so. Yeah, you're not getting rid of her that easily. Lumia says, I have this awesome outfit now. Let's get started with the mission, please. Yeah, now she's eager to go out and strut her stuff. I like how she just gave Maya a death stare, like... Or just a blank stare, like... No, I'm going with you. I already said it. Maya says, well then, Mina, I guess we're off to Rosenholm City. Some new city we've never even fucking heard of before. I guess the patch content added new towns and stuff. That's good. Not just the same 3 areas as the first 2 episodes. Same 3, like, city hubs or whatever. Lumia says, Rosenholm City is very dangerous. Please be careful. That was Mina, sorry. May the holy light guide you. I like how our main hero character now is actually still is shorter than Lumia. Look at this. Holy shit. That's short. Ulta City Central Square. Are people back? Have things calmed down in the last 3 months? Lumia says, wow, this ground. Maya, does the ground just go on forever? This is her first time off the colony, isn't it? She's never been on a planet. I'm keeping the 1.25 speed. Maya says, for the most part. I mean, yeah, it's a circle, it's a sphere, so if you keep going in one direction, you'll eventually end up back here. Well, technically it's not one direction, right? You're changing directions because you're doing this. You're going in a circle, but whatever, let's not be technical here. You know what I mean? Lumia says, this is my first time on a planet. We can tell. It's pretty obvious. Lumia says, it's so amazing. Just gonna start running around in circles. Yeah, this is kind of endearing though. It is cute. I'm so glad I joined the Guardians. We're in the middle of an apocalypse, but you know. Let her be. Let her live a little. Maya's so fed up with this. She says, Caters and I have a mission to go on. How about you hang out here and wait for us? Dude, she is constantly trying to get rid of her. Lumia says, huh? Maya says, look around you. With travel restrictions in place indefinitely, well, it's literally COVID, only government officials and guardians are allowed on the shuttles. The only person without a mission here is you. Lumia says, oh. Maya says, we've got serious work to do. Lumia says, I'm sorry. I'll be serious. Just got scolded by Mom. Rosenholm City, Block A1. Yeah, we got new content. New actual zones to explore. Alright, this is gonna be interesting. Lumia says, this is so awful. This is fucked up. Killers are in here. I can't believe the city has been reduced to this. Maya says nothing. From the colony crashing onto Perum, of course. Lumia says, what's the matter? Too many pencils? Oh! What is it? What'd they see? We're gonna have to wait like half a day. Oh shit, it's, yeah, the ruined site of the colony. Crashed down. Dude, it's just like Eurasia in Mega Man X6. The ruins of it when it, you know, well, in X5 is when it crashes, right? But you see the actual devastation and the crater with the crash site and the ruins of the colony in Mega Man X6 in the intro. A lot like that. Maya says it's like a monument to the Guardians' failure. We weren't able to save it. Lumia says, I didn't realize the colony was so big. Even though you lived on it your whole life. Well, seeing it from the outside is different, yeah. 50,000 people with no place to run. That's pretty tragic, actually. Maya says, yeah. But if the residential had... What? Oh god, the translation sucks. If the residential blocks had fallen too, it says had blocks fallen too. If the residential blocks had fallen too, it could have been 1 million. Jesus Christ. But we saved them. We saved 1 million people. Like, that's something, Maya. Lumia says, I was so helpless. Maya says, Laya and President Dolgan. And Caters too. They did their best. Yeah, you can't save everyone. But the Guardians lost, and Laya disappeared. Pretty Loss, yeah, unfortunately. Lemmy says, in any case, now we have to do what we can, right? We need to find Laia. This is my first time seeing all of this, by the way. Like, I know I mentioned it before, but I only got to complete the first half of Ambition of the Illuminus, like a lot of people. I played it offline, and the servers had already been shut down by the time I did that. So yeah, I never got to experience the second half that we're seeing now, episode 3. So this is actually a first time, like a first time playthrough slash watch through now from this point on. Unlike the previous videos and streams up to this point. So yeah, Lumi says, we need to find Laia. Right, Caters? A nod. But are we really gonna find Laia in a place like this? Can't imagine anyone living here. Yeah. So depressing. Maya says, we have reports that Laia was spotted at the refugee camp. I think I'm starting to understand why Laia came here. She wanted... I made myself choke up. The music helped a little, but also what I was about to say made me choke up and I couldn't even say it. I think she just wanted to see her dad's final resting place. It's like she wants to be by his side, kind of, you know. This is basically his grave, along with everyone else we weren't able to save that day, 3 months ago. Maya says, I can't say I have a lot of confidence we'll find her here. This part of Perum suffered the heaviest damage after all. That's why she's here. She's feeling guilty. Lumia says it's Laia, so maybe she's volunteering at the refugee camp? Bingo. Probably something like that, yeah. She's got so much guilt. Maya says, I don't think so. If she wanted to help people, there'd be no need to disappear. Unless she wanted to be alone, Maya. She lost her dad. Lumia says, I guess that's true. Well, we just have to find her. This is my first mission, so I'll do my best. Maya says, didn't I say you weren't part of this mission? Searching for Laia has nothing to do with the Guardians. I'm searching for her on my own. Lemia says, well then why is Caters with you? Laia says, Laia was Caters' instructor, so... Lemia says, then I'm here looking for the person who helped my big brother. Oh. Where even is he, son? Laia says, listen, Lumia, I'm thrilled you're... The inconsistent pacing. I'm thrilled you're ready to work hard. But aren't you still flustered about being on Perum for the first time? You know what I mean? Skips past that first text while hella fast and goes hella slow. Lumia says, no way! I'm all business now. Maya says, and one more thing. About calling Ethan your big brother. What, not professional? If you want to be taken seriously like an adult, yeah. I mean, she's kind of right. Maybe you should just call him your brother. But I feel like she's being kind of petty about this. Like, she's just... Like, yeah, that's true, but like, do you really have to be so hard on Lumia? Lumia says, okay. Never mind, yeah, you do. that pretty much told me, yeah, you do have to, actually. She is definitely still very childish. I mean, she's 14. They established this, you know, in episode 1. Everyone else is pretty much around Ethan's age, 17. So, yeah, the age gap is, especially in the teen years, it's very noticeable. Because you're undergoing rapid development at that point, so... A 14-year-old and a 17-year-old's maturity level difference is very big during those years, yeah. Maya says, your reply should be quick and clear. Oh, shit! Drill Sergeant Maya! Lumia says, yes, ma'am! Maya says, good. Like, I'm gonna whip your ass into shape. Then let's head to the refugee camp. Rosenholm City, Block A2. Trial start. Head to the refugee camp while protecting Lumia. Maya says, creatures so close to the refugee camp. Haters, protect Lumia. Lumia says, I'll help. I can handle a weapon. Maya says, don't be reckless. Just focus on staying safe. Was that a whip? Did they add new weapon types? Well, that's fucking sick. Yeah, I see it. Okay, I see it down there. Yeah. The player character, Caters, is using a whip. So they actually added, like, new weapons and, like, new actual content with the patches. You actually miss out on quite a bit if you only play the base game then. That's fucking cool, man. Damn, I wish I'd played this when the servers were up. Too busy playing fucking MapleStory instead. Way back then. Wait, the scan didn't even go off. I don't get it. What's going on there? There we go. It wasn't... That's a really cool weapon. It's like a ball and chain, but the chain is just a photon whip instead of an actual, like, metal chain link. Alright, so back to business as usual. I'm obviously going to speed up the normal combat stuff. I wonder how many, like, have we got new enemies? Jarba? I mean, they're like, kind of like PSO, where it's just kind of a reskin of an older enemy, but still. So even if you choose difficulty C, I noticed your party members' levels actually sync up with yours. Because Lumi is 144, Maya is 152. Like they remain proportional to whatever level you are, no matter what difficulty you choose. So all three of us are basically just gonna destroy everything on this difficulty level. Oh, Maya still took a bit of damage, so... Oh, shit. Wait, what did Maya say? Maya says, the refugee camp should be just beyond this block. Lumia, are you alright? Lumia says, this is nothing. It's like, I got this.
Son of a bitch.
Sorry, that gave me a fun childhood memory. I got this. It was the time I was playing a co-op game with a friend. He was actually with my cousin, yeah. One of my cousins. Had a random memory flashback to that. What the fuck is that? That's a horrific trap. Dude, that... You gotta be shitting me. That is hella cheap. Because you can't use escape dolls on a story mission, so do they have to start over? You can't even sidestep it. See, you're stunned and can't do anything, and then it just drags you through the through all the fire, getting you hit multiple times, so you're pretty much dead. There's no surviving that. Well, so much for it being easy, even though they're over leveled for this. Trial failed. Oh, dude, it plays the tragic music when you die. I didn't know that. We never saw a death with Lackery, so. I mean, it says, you have been defeated, please restart the mission. I have to sit through all the cutscenes again? That would suck ass if that's what it was like. Like, imagine if you have to mash through the text again. Oh, they're gonna type out something. Fuck. I feel like that's what they were insinuating. No, they want to write fail. Yes. Millennial, Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, it was level 1, yeah. Millennial memes from back in the day. See, nowadays, when you fail at something, what do they say? There's still millennials that say it too, though, but... F, right? But it used to be fail. You would just say... People would just say that. When they would witness a failure or they would fail themselves, people would say fail. And then we just shortened it to F now. Everybody just says F. Which, I have to admit, and of course it's just my personal opinion, but, like, it is a little bit less cringy than saying fail. I always found fail to be kind of cringy. You know? It's I know it's my own generation and all that, but like still, like even now I'm like I felt a little bit of it when they wrote that, but you know, it's a product of its time. Yeah, I don't know why. It always just kind of gave me just a small hint of cringe when people would just say fail. It just sounds a little it's like a slight upgrade to just say F instead. Like for some reason saying F just sounds a little bit funnier instead. Not like hilarious, but it just, you know, gives me a little bit of a chuckle sometimes. Fail just didn't do it. I don't know. I'm glad it got shortened to F instead. Oh shit, I still had the... Oh man, we better fast forward because if they're not editing out them getting all the way back there again. They'll probably edit they'll probably hit yes here to skip to the actual mission, but they still have to go through the entire first part again. Yeah, this whole part. So. Yeah, we never saw a single death with Lackery. I mean, he obviously probably edited them out. Oh, uh-oh. Hold on. I need to make sure I'm still live on air because I saw something in the chat that... Well, everything looks fine. I think we're okay. Hit rate's good? Okay, yeah, we're good, we're good. I was a little worried. Just a little. That reminds me, while we're getting there, I need to check, I need to check something real quick. Still working. Battery's still pretty full. When are we supposed to get past that trap that killed them? Alright. I think we had a little bit of downtime. You know, getting back to where we were. Okay, this is it. What the fuck are you supposed to do here? Evidently go back. Gotta go a different way? I guess they tried to go the wrong way first, maybe. Yeah. Well, Maya and Lumi are down. Yeah, it's one of these. Is there really no way to deactivate those fucking things? Oh yeah, they had to go this way. Trial cleared, arrived at the refugee camp. Oh yeah, since we're not in single player mode anymore, they just give you your little report card for the trial like this now. Instead of pulling up like a little loading screen. I can't even hear what Maya said. Rank A. Wait, what's their license? Their job class? Acrotecher? That's the job class that uses a whip? Interesting. Well, an S rank, you know, they can have all the way to S rank weapons with whips. A rank weapons with daggers. Can't equip anything else there. Single dagger, single saber. Few pistols, submachine gun. Wands and fans. I don't know what this is. This must be another new weapon. Interesting. A new job class with new weapon types were added over the course of this game's lifetime. Interesting. I wonder if they're in Clementine. Like, did they preserve all of this on Clementine, or do you only get the base stuff? I don't know now. Curious. Maya says the camp should be up just ahead. Let's go. Up just ahead? Well, the localization isn't that great on the patch content. I think they were probably waiting to see, like... Is that a mag or something? I just noticed they have a little thing, like a little robot following them, kind of like the mags from PSO. Did they add that back in? Okay, Rosenholm City, Block A, Refugee Camp. We're back to Cutscene Simulator. Maya says, to be honest, I think that was a bit reckless. You think? I fucking died once. Oh my god, dude. The inconsistent pacing of the text boxes. But thanks to Caters, we managed to make it through. The second time. Lumia says, Maya says, what? Lumia says, how did I do? Maya says, as someone who hasn't even started training, it's enough that you came through safely. Lumia says, that's all I get?
Bruh.
He says, thank you, Caters. I'll try even harder next time. I'll try even harder next time. There we go. Maya says, but you know, I can definitely see her brother in her. That's the first time I've seen someone without any training at all. Oh yeah, hold their own so well. Yeah, that was, yeah. Ethan's first time in combat was also pretty good, and he wasn't even a guardian yet, or even in training. And he managed to save Lumia and all that other stuff in the subway. Lumia says, Maya, Caters, let's hurry. So she takes after her brother. Maybe their father too. Maya says it's good that her spirits are high, but does she get how serious this is? Why not? A refugee camp isn't a playground. Lumia says this is the camp? Yeah, it looks like it. Maya says there are native creatures so close by. Could have still been Lumia, I don't know. Why does everyone look so calm? Maybe they're used to it? Yeah, they're probably used to it by now. They've probably all seen enough carnage to last them a lifetime. Desensitized. And traumatized. At the same time. Lumia says, where is Laya? Oh shit. Lumia says, yikes!
Fuck!
Bumped right into her. She looks familiar. Watch out! The Beast Woman says, what's that? It's not my fault you can't walk straight.
You suck!
The same one from MoTube, isn't it? Lumia says, you bumped into me on purpose.
You bastard!
Oh shit, we got a fight coming. Nice gratuitous camera angle. The Beast Lady says, huh? What's with you?
You son of a...
You look nice and fat, like you've been eating real good. Oh shit, she doesn't realize we're not from here. Lumia says, I'm with the Guardians. Maya says, Lumia! Like, you dumbass, you shouldn't have said that. Uh-oh. Gonna happen. The Beast Lady says, did you say Guardians?
You bastard! Son of a bitch!
You've got the nerve to come here? Lumia says, the nerve? But we're... Lady says, come to think of it, I think I've seen you on MoTube before. She is the one who talks shit to us. Well, that was on Lacri's playthrough of the first episode when we were playing as Ethan. We talked to her and she was hella rude. Such a cute face and pretty clothes. You must have had your fill of food, I'll bet. I mean, what do you think? Lumia says, that's none of your business. The lady says, so you're just here to stroll around our little camp then? So I guess that people hate the Guardians because they failed. Yeah. Especially on Perum, because that's where the colony crashed. She's like, you're just here to stroll around the camp then? Take in the scenery? Lumia says, quit it! You're being rude!
You bastard!
She says, which one of us is rude? I haven't eaten a thing in 3 days! Oh god. That's horrible. I've actually been there. Lumia says, what? She says, we were wasted when the Guardians dropped the colony on us. We don't have any food and we're short on drinkable water. Somebody in the back says, we barely have any rations.
You suck!
I don't even have milk to give to my baby. Yeah! This is getting bad. Maya says, wait. Granted, part of the responsibility rests on our shoulders. What? Are you gonna salvage this? Even so, what do you gain by blaming this girl? Maya stepping in. The lady says, we're in this mess. Pause, champ. Because you Guardians are so worthless!
You suck!
Basically. How's about an apology? Is that really gonna make you feel better? Nice and loud, right here in front of everyone. Lumia says, cut it out! The Illuminus are the ones to blame here. Her little punch. What is that? The Beast Lady says, whatever. That's not my point. The problem here is the Guardians we believed in failed us. Lumia says nothing. She says, and I'll never forgive you! He's fucking pissed. You even abandoned your own friends, didn't you? You throw them away like garbage. Damn. He's really putting it on us. So many Guardians are dead or missing. I know. Lumia says, what? Maya says, that's because the Guardians are in a tough spot too. She says, I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't know why they mass do that. Getting mad only makes me hungrier. Because you use up energy, yeah? You heat up. What are you gonna do for me? These camera angles. Lumi says, please just hold on a little bit longer. She says, do you think we can? If that's all you're giving us, then maybe we'll take whatever else you have. Shit, they're gonna attack us. Lumi says, ah!
Fuck!
Maya says, stop! He says, shut up, everyone! Let's take out the Newman girl. Ignoring us. Guy in the back says, yeah! Another guy says, alright! They're ganging up on us, for real!
Fuck!
Maya says, this is bad. You don't say. We can't use our weapons on civilians. I mean, we have to defend ourselves. What the fuck are we gonna do then? Lumi says, Maya, haters. Stop! Some unknown voice. Who this? Beast Lady says, Alliance military garbage. After that beating we gave you, you're still not dead? Jesus, they fucked somebody up. Says, what do you gain from blaming the Guardians? The cast, it looks like. Obviously, Alliance military. They aren't your enemy.
You son of a...
She says, quiet, cast. Jeez, that's some persistent life support you've got there. A will to live. The cast says, I'll hold them back. You, leave this place. So they fucked him up first, huh? They're gonna fuck us up too. Maya says, what? The cast says there's no point in trying to talk to them. They believe it's our fault the world is like this. Yeah, we're essentially living in a post-apocalyptic world right now. The cast and Guardians. If you stay here, you'll be killed. That goes for you too. I mean, we can't just abandon you here, can we? Maya says, but you. They gave us new character models, it looks like. We've never seen a cast like that before. New customizable parts, probably new clothing too. The cast says it's too late for me. I heard a scream and came here. Lemmy says, we're here looking for one of our fellow Guardians. The cast says, could it be a young beast woman? Lemmy says, yes, that must be her. The cast says, then up ahead in another refugee camp. Take this key card. Go rescue the survivors in the other rooms. Okay, I thought I had a good sound effect for that one, but I realized I don't. I mean, yeah, that one sounds more fearful. The cast just says, gah! I was like, I don't actually have something. The beast lady says, no! Guy in the back says, yeah!
Fuck!
Here they come. The cast says, you must run! Oh, hell no, we can't abandon them. Don't do it. What are they gonna pick? Run or can run? Oh! We're staying! The cast says, what are you saying? Hurry! Run! I says, I'm sorry. Let's go. We can't let ourselves be stopped here. Damn. The illusion of choice. Maya says, Lumia! Lumia says, but... And the cast just shut down. Maya says, hurry! Just fucking died right in front of us. Lumia says, okay. They're gone. Yeah, it's the illusion of choice thing then. Maya says, it looks like we're clear. They're not chasing us anymore. Well, that was tragic. Lumia says, how did things get like this? Everyone hates the Guardians now. I joined the Guardians because I wanted to bring back peace to the world. Oh, poor Lumia. Despair. There it is. Maya says, Lumia, words won't do anything to restore the world's faith in us. That's why we're here to find Laya. Yeah, she's crying. Poor Lumia. Lumia says nothing. Maya says, I guess it's too late now. What was the last word? But. I guess it's too late now, but this is why I didn't want you to come. Things are definitely more dangerous than, yeah. Lumia says, I understand. I won't cry. I felt for Lumia pretty strongly there. Because considering some... Especially when I said the word despair, considering some shit happening in the real world, it's... Yeah. Despair is an easy emotion to fall into. And I've obviously dipped into it a couple times here and there, but... I managed to stay strong for the time being. But, like, I can totally relate to Lumia feeling the way she does. The world being this fucked up, she thought things would be a little different as they tried to fix things, but now she realizes how... Now she's getting to see how fucked up things really are by actually seeing it in person, rather than just hearing about it from far away. And it's tough, obviously. It's pretty bad. Maya says, that's brave of you, Lumia. Lumia says, but if things are that bad, then Laya must be facing the same thing. Yeah, you're not alone, Lumia. We're all suffering. Maya says nothing. Lumia says she's... alive, right? Maya says, we have to operate under the assumption that she is, Lumia. We have to hold on to hope. It's living up to its name, hope and despair. Lumia says, yes. Right. Maya says, after a rest, we'll head to the next refugee camp. This is the end of Despair and Hope 1. You can accept Despair and Hope 2 below. Old Rosenholm City Block B area. Please enjoy Despair and Hope 2 next. Caution. What was that? If you log out at Old Rosenholm City Block A refugee camp, you can resume the game from Old Rosenholm City Block A refugee camp when you log in again. But if you return to the city from Old Rosenholm City Block A refugee camp, you'll need to clear Despair and Hope 1 again in order to return to Old Rosenholm City Block A refugee camp. So you're trapped here. You can't even go back. You can't. So they're giving us the mid chapter break, just like there was in Ambition of the Illuminus, where we did a mission with a bunch of cutscenes before, during, and after, and then you get like that town hub, right, where you can repair your gear. Well, in this case, refill the photon points, energy, whatever, for like photon arts. You know, you can buy stuff, you can do character management essentially, and save your game. Obviously, we're playing online, so there's no save system anymore. It's just automatically written to the server, at least I think. So yeah, they still give you that little town hub area to do that, and then you do the second half of the story mission, you know, part 2 basically. So it's got the same pacing basically. However, since you're actually playing online, they give you this warning, this heads up saying, you know, you have to finish the second half before going back to town or whatever, to like the actual main town. Otherwise, you'll have to start all over again, which is very lame. Like this, because now it basically means you're stranded until you finish the second half of the story mission, you're kind of just stranded, basically. Excuse me. And unable to go back and like hang out with your friends or anything like that. You just have to stay here until you finish the story mission. Then you can finally go back to the main player hub areas with all your buddies and all that shit. Definitely a very clunky game design. Mission, Despair and Hope 1 End. There it is. Alright, so they obviously, since we're only getting one story mission, or chapter, I guess, for every major patch that was months and months apart, this is obviously way fucking longer, so the pacing is definitely going to be different for us. We were able to do one chapter per hour in the first half of Ambition Illuminus, the previous few videos we've been doing, because the missions were obviously shorter, since they had all just been bundled into that initial base expansion pack, right? But now we're getting one chapter, story mission chapter, per major content update patch between many months. So they're making them way longer, which is why it's been an hour and we barely finished the first half of this story mission. So I'm gonna have to stop it here basically, and we'll do the second half of this first chapter in the next stream. So the pacing is gonna be a little bit slower, obviously. I wonder if that's actually true for the rest of this. Second half's another hour, 54 minutes and 44. For some reason they put the OG, or the original opening of Phantasy Star Universe just randomly is just sitting here in this playlist. Can I remove it? No. But I'll just skip over it, but Episode 3, Chapter 2 is an hour, 42 minutes, 52. Oh, that says subplot, 5 minutes and 15 seconds, okay. 33, yeah, so for the most part, that's going to be the pacing. Each half of each chapter is going to be is going to average roughly an hour. Sometimes a little less. Yeah. Yeah, it's roughly going to be like an hour or slightly less. This one was probably longest just because it's like the introduction to episode 3. The first chapter, and the player obviously probably wasn't like too practiced because we saw them die, you know? They ran into that trap that killed them. So obviously they were like not fully ready yet. I guess they get into their groove after this because each chapter kind of becomes a little shorter as the playlist goes on. So they definitely get into a groove eventually, and then it starts getting a little better. Here, not only did they die, but they also have the text speed. They can't settle on the text speed for the auto scroll during the cutscenes as well. It was very slow at the beginning, and then they sped it up here at the end. I'm guessing it's going to become more consistent. So yeah, the overall pacing of these videos are definitely going to become more consistent, basically, which is good. But for now, yeah, it looks like we're going to be doing like one chapter per stream, or half a chapter per stream, it looks like. Unlike before. That's it. It just ended right there, okay. Thought they were gonna like say something, like type out a message or something. Oh, that's it. Despair and Hope 2. Old Rosenon City. Yeah, they even added the colony crash site right here. Like, I'm pretty sure this definitely wasn't on the map in episode 1 and 2. They added the big black crater here. Pretty cool. Damn, I missed out, man. I feel like I missed out on a pretty decent MMO. I mean, it definitely looks higher quality than MapleStory, which it better have been because it was a subscription based, unlike MapleStory, which was free to play. Yeah, I wish I could have. I definitely could have afforded it, but you know, like I said, parents back then don't subscribe to anything online for good reason. You know, they didn't want their kids accidentally spending all their credit card money on some subscription to some whack ass shit, right, on the internet. But it makes me sad because I missed out on this. You know, by the time I could actually make my own money and all that, this was way out of style and fashion. Like, even if the servers had still been up, obviously it was a pretty old game by then, so it's like wasn't even on my radar anymore. didn't go back to play this until the servers were down and only got to play the single player experience. So yeah. Anyway, that's all from me for now, folks. Gonna stop myself there before I ramble too much. I'll go ahead and do what I used to do before, where I just, you know, play the intro of the episode that we're on, of course. Ambition of the Illuminus. Yeah, I'll go ahead and play that as I outro my stream and say thank you very much as always for watching. I appreciate the support across Twitch and YouTube. If I'm a little slow and I seem a little tired this stream, it's because I didn't get the best sleep the last 2 nights, unfortunately. Wasn't fault of my own this time either, which is why I don't feel like bad about it. It still sucks, but like I did everything right. What the problem is, one of my neighbors decided to have a late night dance party and they had loud music going and it made it difficult to fall asleep, unfortunately. So kind of sucks that my sleep was ruined by someone else. It wasn't even me being irresponsible. But yeah, so that's why I'm a little slow. This weekend was not good for sleep, unfortunately. But I should hopefully be back up to 100% tomorrow. But yeah. So if you're wondering why I'm a little like I'm talking a little slow and drawling a little bit, yeah, it's because I'm a little fucked up. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. As always, do please take care of yourselves. Stay safe out there. Don't die. Stay alive. Take care of yourselves. And until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and good night. And I will see you all next time. Peace.
We will choose to fight.